Today on Navigating Retirement, we're going to dealing with the unexpected, Jeff, and there's always something that can throw a wrench into well-laid plans, and I guess retirement is no different.
Exactly. You know, setting out your typical financial plans is the easy part. It's all the other things that go on around that. It's like that John Lennon quote, "Life is what happens while you're busy making plans." And an example, I have some friends that for the past 25 years have gone down to Arizona, and same place, same trip, same time.
Typical snowbirds?
Exactly. All of a sudden, there was some medical issues. Gentleman had to be flown back to Canada. Expenses got high. All of a sudden, going down there looked very different. Not only were they confronted with increased insurance costs, but all of a sudden you got a Canadian dollar that's gone the wrong way, and now they have to revise it and look at their plans and say, well, does the rest of our life look like this? Can we do it, or do we have to think about doing something different?
So health is a big one, David, that people you can't always plan for, but are there things you can plan for?
Yeah, actually, to Jeff's point that he was just making, I have clients that actually have said, I'm stepping on a different point, but had said that they're going to change where they actually travel to because of the costs in the U.S., right? And so they're looking for less expensive places to travel. But we can't really control what happens to us in our health and those sorts of things, but you can at least plan for it. And a good example is to have an advanced care plan in place that covers off things like your healthcare directives and make sure you get your teeth done if you become ill. And another thing that we get people to go through is a number of exercises to help them to identify and prepare for some of these changes that might take place. And a good example of that, there was a lot of research that was done as to what the ideal time was to actually change your home. So ideally, it's best to live in your own home till you're 80 years old. And then once you get into your mid-80s to 90-year-old, it's actually you've got so much cognitive decline, typically on average, that it becomes more stressful to make that change. So that's something that people can plan for. They can also take a look at more self-awareness related exercises that we have for them.
Okay, Jeff, we got about 30 seconds or so. We just missed a great opportunity to take advantage of the U.S. real estate market. For example, the dollar was high, the prices were low. We just missed that, so we couldn't plan for that.
I think you might want to hold it as a contingency plan, but it's one of those things that when you're at that moment, you're always thinking it's going to get a little bit better or a little bit worse. So it's difficult to plan. I think but in your mind, if that's important and that is part of what you actually really want to do, then I think you put it in the plan.
All right, David, and the website?
yourlifeyourplan.ca.